What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, if you're using the Shopify platform, you're gonna wanna watch this video because I'm about to tell you one major thing that's probably losing your money from your store. And if you don't fix this now, you are leaving money on the table. So about 2 years ago, guys, I created a Shopify theme that's very, very popular now. And within that 2-year time frame, I've had the chance to look at hundreds and hundreds of stores, review hundreds of stores, and deal with hundreds of customers with this theme. And we've noticed one thing that people overlook on their Shopify stores, and it's costing them a lot of money. Now, that one thing, guys, is the speed of your store. However, people don't understand speed correctly. They don't understand how to check for speed, and they look at the wrong things when they're checking the speed of their Shopify store. Now, the reason you want your store to be fast is for 2 reasons. Number 1, you obviously want it to load fast for your visitors so they don't leave. But number 2, you also want it to load quickly for Google, because then Google will put you higher in the rankings in the search engine. And the biggest problem people do is they will go and put, when they go and check how fast their website is, they go and put the homepage URL into the speed tester. And all that does, guys, is it gives you the speed of that particular page. So they don't test every individual product page, which is exactly what you should be doing. So you might make the home page quick, but you might be sending traffic to a particular product page and it's really, really slow, and you don't understand why you're not getting as much money as you can, or something's not quite right and you can't really figure out what it is. Well, it's probably website speed. And I'm going to take you through a few things that you can do right now that will instantly increase your speed very, very quickly on your Shopify store. So the first thing you need to do, guys, is make sure when you're checking for speed, you are checking the actual URL you want to check the speed for. So for example, a product that you're sending traffic to from Facebook. So what you want to do is go and check that URL inside a online speed tester and go to what they call the waterfall or the breakdown. And this is going to give you a breakdown of how your website loads and show you what's the most, takes up the most resources and what takes the longest to load. Now, do bear in mind that those web crawlers, those testers go through everything. So the website will actually load faster to the human eye than those things are actually, than those tools. So if those tools say that your website loads at 3 seconds, it's probably loading in around about 2 seconds or less, because it's still crawling the website after it's loaded to the human eye. So it'll be crawling like your social media sharing buttons and other things that are loading in the background. But the number one thing, guys, that's slowing all of these websites down and people don't realize is images. Your images are very resource intensive and they take a lot to load. And I've seen images like 2-3 megabytes. You should be getting your images down to under 100 kilobytes if you can. That's really the optimal, is 100 or less, and it can be done with pretty much most images. What you want to do is use a website called TinyPNG and compress the image. Now, if you compress the image and you can't get it under 100 kilobytes, I recommend you go into Photoshop or something similar and resize the image before you actually compress it. So resize it to an image that is more suitable for your website. So, because I see people upload massive sizes and Shopify compresses them down when you can just compress it down yourself, okay? But you want to make sure that your images are compressed, because this is going to slow your website down, your web page down the most. And if you go through the waterfall on the testers, you'll see that images are probably taking up the most room. We saw on most of the Shopify stores that we reviewed and the pages, that over 40% on every single page that we tested was images. So you've got to keep in mind that that's 40% of your load time is just images. So you want to make sure that they are compressed. Okay, now I don't know how many images you have, but the average that we found on the websites that we looked at using our theme, 40% or more was the space taken up just images on the loading time on the page. Okay, so images is number 1, guys. You need to be compressing those images to get your website to go faster. If you do that right now, I guarantee you probably got images that are not compressed. If you do that right now, I guarantee that you are going to speed up your site significantly, okay, or your web page. Now, number 2, guys, and this is where people go wrong as well, is applications. There are a lot of applications that will break your code. There are a lot of applications that will inject code into your web page. Then when you uninstall the application, the code is still there. The more applications you have running on your page, the slower your website's going to be. Now, one kind of application that slows down websites a lot is those websites that run in the background like Hotjar and Lucky Orange, and they assess user interaction and stuff like that. So you can do split testing. Guys, those applications are running in the background every single time your website's loaded, and it's taking all of this data and stuff. It slows your site down significantly. There's one app that we found people were using in our theme, and it was slowing down their sites by up to 20 seconds. We had some sites that were running at, some pages that were running at 20 seconds because these applications are running in the background. Now, the website will still load to the human eye in 3-4 seconds, but these applications are consistently running in the background. So when Google sees that, Google's going to think that your web page is really, really slow. However, it's not. It's just these applications running in the background. So if you care about your Google rankings, you want to make sure you're using the right applications. If you are going to use those applications that run in the background, just let them run for a while until you get the data that you need for your split testing and stuff, and then turn them off because they are going to be costing you money. I guarantee that. We've seen it over and over again. Now, if you are one of those people that have installed lots of apps in the past and you've uninstalled them, I highly recommend you hire a developer to go through your site and comb the code for code that's breaking things and code that doesn't look like it should be there, because I guarantee that a lot of apps have injected code into your store and it has broken the main code of your theme or your store. This is a common problem that we have with our theme. So people will come and say, hey, your theme's slow. And when we do our investigation, every single time it's been images, or a lot of the time it's been applications that inject their own code and break everything. Okay, now this is it's not the theme's fault or the application's fault, because obviously themes and applications can't test against each other because there's hundreds of applications and stuff. But you just need to be wary of this happening, and you can probably actually contact the app developer as well and get them to go and remove the code as well. Okay, so images and apps, be very careful. Make sure you compress your images, and with applications, make sure it doesn't leave any code behind. If it does, get it removed, and don't use resource intensive applications that are running in the background all the time. Now, number 3 is the last one, guys, but this one is really important as well, and you probably overlook it as well. Using GIFs on your page. Those are images that, repeat themselves and consistently doing things. Now, it's okay to have maybe one GIF on your page, but I would recommend having none, okay? Because what happens is these GIFs are consistently loading in the background. It's kind of like the same as those applications. So to Google just sees something that keeps loading over and over again, and so it's a really bad signal to Google when it comes to page rankings. And we have also done lots of tests, and it does slow down the load to the human eye as well, the load time. So having GIFs on your product page, I know they look cool, they can help with selling. So if you do feel that they do help with selling products, then keep them there. But we have found that GIFs, especially more than one, are slowing down your Shopify store more than you think. And it's not only slowing it down for the Google, but it's slowing it down for the human eye, which is the most important thing, okay? You want your Shopify page or website page to load in 3 seconds or less to the human eye. Now, the reason I say the human eye, because that's 3 seconds is on average when people leave if a website doesn't load in 3 seconds. If you can get it below 2 or 1, then that's even better. But if your website or your web page is loading in 3 seconds or more, you seriously need to look at doing images and using less apps or using less resource intensive apps, and seeing if any code's broken from apps, and stop using GIFs on your page. Okay, that's it, guys, for this video. I just want to go over these 3 things because I see them all the time and they are causing problems for people. Images, applications, GIF images on your... This is important, guys, GIFs, because the problem with that is it slows down the load time for the human eye. It's not applications that slow down the load time for Google aren't so bad if you're not trying to rank, but GIFs slow down the page load speed for the human eye. We've tested it over and over again, guys. I've been running a theme for over 2 years now, and we've seen it all. Trust me. So improve those 3 things on your Shopify store, guys, especially even if you just want to do images. And I guarantee you're going to see an increase in page speed, and you might also see an increase in sales as well. Remember to drop a like, guys, drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.